Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, we've got some monstrous news concerning Cardano and artificial intelligence and machine learning and all the biggest headlines in the space. A lot to do with exchanges, so really important stuff that we need to be kept informed about. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget to jump down in the Discord. It's absolutely free to join. Link in the description of the video. Join over 7,000 people supporting one another, navigate the space safely, and you can have more meaningful conversations with Nick, myself, and our team and community down in the Discord. Right, let's get down to the desktop. So we're going to start here on coin market cap. The total market cap globally is at $1.4 trillion, down 1.42% at the time of recording. Bitcoin at 36,344.58, and that is down 2.86% at the time of recording for the last 24 hours. What I would say is it did breach $37,000 today, and I do expect a bit of a bounce. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Ethereum at 1,954.66, down 4.18% at the time of recording. Right, let's get into some of these headlines then. Let's start with Bitcoin, because there is the argument, the bears, not the bees, bears and the bulls. And yeah, look, I'm not really one for being like a bear or being a bull. For me, you're in crypto, and like yeah, I guess it's something that people like to use. But look, apparently, according to this expert, Bitcoin will not crash but rise in a recession, according to an expert. So the argument hinges on the understanding of Bitcoin as a hedge against monetary debasement rather than a controversial asset tied to economic performance. He explains Bitcoin is a hedge against monetary debasement. It goes down when liquidity declines and goes up when liquidity rises. So yeah, look, this is a really interesting perspective. I don't know whether I fully align with this, but again, like a lot of people talk about, your opinions, your thoughts, and like your macro outlook. And I'm very much Fed pivot, everything crashes, and that is mainly because crypto and the stocks are correlated, and risk assets are going to be things that get sold, right? So like I get it, but at the same time I don't. Now, where this expert, and I don't really like to label anybody an expert, particularly when I don't know them. What I would say is like there is some, I guess, things that could support this argument, particularly the Bitcoin spot ETF, the Ethereum spot ETF. This does sort of throw in a bit of a curveball that could mean that actually this expert could have, I guess, a point, but also not a point. It could just happen because of the spot Bitcoin ETFs and real mainstream adoption coming in. So it's yet to be seen. I'm still sticking to my guns. I love the counter argument of it, being a hedge against, debasement of currency. I do think that is an accurate, view of Bitcoin. But I guess it's what's more powerful. And bearing in mind, we've seen lots of whales coming out of Bitcoin. We do expect the pullback to happen, and big pullback, big crash, whatever terminology we wish to use. And the people that are left holding the bag, which is retail, that have been continuing to buy, some are going to have to sell their risky assets in order to keep a roof over their heads, feed their families, keep the business lights on, and so on. So look, I think it's a very interesting debate to have. So do let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. I do love a counter argument, and I do love that, you know, people think differently. And I think you need to read this stuff. You need to look at this stuff. You need to digest it and see whether it actually does resonate with you or not. We got Chainlink eyes a bullish breakout. Can Link reach $20? I'm really bullish on Link. I have been. I was purchasing the lows. I was telling everybody that this is a project that you definitely don't want to be missing out on. $20, I think that's like imminent within a few months, to be honest. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. We've got Ethereum layer 2. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 migrates to Arbitrum ecosystem. Look, I want to talk about Ethereum a little bit. There's a lot of bullishness, particularly around the Ethereum spot ETF, which I was talking about way before anybody really got a grasp of it. It was obvious it was coming. But there is some problems when it comes to ETH. You've probably seen some of the corruption claims and stuff like that. But you know, the total value locked has been decreasing. Projects have been moving away. This is something we forecast, you know, back in 2020. Like the gas fees and stuff, you know, they're just too high. They're extortionate. It's not really working. It's really a broken chain that needs some repairing, and I think that repairing will happen over time. I love how they're I don't want to say copying Cardano, but they are taking the models from Cardano because it works, right? And you know, you don't want to go with something else that's broken. You want to actually fix the network, the chain. So, you know, this building fast, getting shit done, getting all the first mover advantage and stuff like that is only good if you do it well. And, you know, you think of, you know, I guess future plan. And I don't think Ethereum have really done that very well. And I think it's really down to poor leadership. Whereas sometimes slow, steady wins the actual race if you're looking at it over a longer period of time for your time horizon. And I think that's why other chains are going to overtake Ethereum in the future. I really do think that that is something that's going to happen. Charles Hoskinson invites Sam Altman to do a Cardano ADA partner chain. This would be a very interesting development. You know, obviously it's just talk. Talk is cheap. Like, we want to be really clear about that. Anybody can talk nonsense and shit. It doesn't mean anything unless, you know, there's a handshake and contracts drawn up and, you know, work commencing. And, you know, we'll see whether this actually amounts to absolutely anything. I get a feeling it won't, but I would love to see this stuff. Charles is really reaching out. He's, you know, going after all the top profile people. Is this a marketing ploy? Maybe. But like, I kind of feel that he means it. I think he means it with Sam. I think he means it with Kraken. I think he meant it with Polkadot. And, you know, it's interesting to see some of these things happening. I have on the record said that I think Cardano is going to be the AI layer 1 project to watch. You know, you've got Singularity as an ecosystem over there. It's exciting times for Cardano. I think that there's a lot of people that just aren't quite seeing it yet, and I get it, right? Everybody's here to make money, and a lot of people are here to make fast money, not just make money. So look, I personally think that you've got to think about the bigger and longer term. And, you know, you've got to have the projects in amongst your portfolio that are more forward thinking and, you know, are going to do really well, perhaps in 2025, 2030, 2040, 2050, right? Because these are like the generational level projects for me that are far more long term. It's like, I look at some of these projects like people were looking at Bitcoin in the very early days, right? Like, it might not get to where you think it's going to go, but if it does, it's the biggest investment you're ever going to make. And, you know, I look at Cardano in that way. I'm not bothered about necessarily taking profits last bull run or this bull run. I'm obviously going to take profits, but I'm not on about like, just getting in and getting out in a bull market. I'm thinking more long term. So I might get in, get out, and then get back in at the right time, and then keep my investment rolling and growing as I buy more tokens. With the extra capital as the market pulls back again, which it will do at the end of the next bull market. So look, rather interesting stuff. I think that like I say, people are missing a trick here. For me, it's have something like this and then have other projects, diverse portfolio with some more risky stuff and so on. We got Cardano price prediction to $10 during the next bull cycle. $400 billion market cap for Cardano. Is it realistic? It's just $11 for ADA. And this is our friend Dan over in the US that has made this prediction. Look, I want to be really quite clear. Like, I'm not a big fan of how Dan is getting to some of these numbers. But regardless of how you're getting to some of these numbers, I do think that $10, $11 is very realistic for Cardano. If it doesn't happen this bull run, I'm pretty sure it'll happen the next one. These are the sorts of numbers that actually, can materialize over time. People talking about 100K Bitcoin last, bear market, bull market, they're likely to get the $100,000 Bitcoin this bull run. So less hate, more appreciation for people making these predictions. But I do just want to say I don't agree with how Dan's getting to these results. SEC files a lawsuit against Kraken, allegedly operating an online trading platform without registering. Again, this is, I guess, a new attack from the SEC. What I would say is it is really interesting when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to the SEC. Are they relaunching FTX, which is going to be the mothership of all crypto exchanges, the only one that the SEC want to perform and do really well, and everything else has to be forsaken? I don't know, but like these random attacks, these calculated attacks on exchanges and protocols from the SEC, fuck me, it just needs to stop. Like, somebody needs to, like Gary needs to wake up one morning, look in the mirror, brush his flipping teeth, and he needs to take a look at himself and ask himself, is he doing the right thing? And I think the answer should be no, he isn't, and I think he should resign. I really do. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But it doesn't just, stop there. There is another exchange, and we'll come on to that in a moment. We've got major exchange. OKX applies for a Hong Kong crypto license. Seeing more of this going over to Hong Kong. Crypto exchange KuCoin gets on the payments bandwagon with KuCard. Again, another really big deal. And we got crypto exchange Bittrex Global to shut down on the 4th of December. So yeah, look, really interesting. Again, filed for bankruptcy and has stopped operations. And then we've got Binance faces record-breaking penalty as DOJ seeks $4 billion. Now, is that like a bit of a piss take with him going 4 all the time? Or, like, I just don't get it. Like, they're not even in the US anymore. So yeah, look, interesting / not interesting. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything that has been covered in today's video. I really do think there's some monstrous stuff around Cardano. $10 Cardano price prediction from Dan. I think that's achievable. So yeah, really, really interesting. It could probably go higher, but there we go. That's the views, that's the opinions. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all of them notifications so you never miss a video. Very important. Supports the channel, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.